Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. You join us out on one of Dizzy's favourite speed sessions today, but we are going to be talking about Dizzy's toughest race ever. So the washing machine has just about finished cleaning all our stuff from Canicross Midlands at the weekend. It was an absolute mud fest if you haven't seen it, and I thought running here at Ashridge was muddy. So we headed off to Alcester for the Canicross Midlands event, the second one this season. If you take the mud out of the equation, the course actually looked a pretty good one. It's just grassy the whole way round. Start might have been a little stony for us, but grassy the whole way round. Pretty flat, just one naughty little hill. But again, without the mud, it wouldn't have been too bad. And when we got there, we found out that the course had been shortened from 5k to 3k, which Canicross Midlands normally only do because of the heat. Now it was quite mild, but it wasn't that mild. Still had my bubble hat on. But it's because of the mud being so savage that it was just going to be such hard work for the dogs. And I don't think anyone came in after running or riding 3k wishing they'd done 5. So I had trepidations coming into the weekend. So Dizzy is not a massive fan of running in the mud. He doesn't really do it. He has raced in it when we did that Maverick race, but never flat out, and that was a 10 miler. And then there was also rain forecast, which is even worse. He hates that even more. So the aims quickly went from building form, finding fitness and progressing our season, to just making sure we got round and he had a positive experience. So I was a bit worried going into it, but as always, I needn't have worried. Dizzy was an absolute superstar and smashed it. So Saturday, he came flying out the blocks, through the mud, and ran our first kilometre at PB pace. Well, I've decided I'm going to start using TR, team record, rather than personal best, because this weekend proved more than any other race that it's nothing to do with me. All the speed there coming from this weekend is down to Dizzy. Right, speaking of speed, we're just coming up to the first rep. So we absolutely smashed the first kilometre, but after that, I mean including that, the ground was just so boggy. It looks like long grass on the video, but actually that is just Dizzy's feet and my feet sinking into the mud that far. Super, super tough. And then to finish the second kilometre, you had that climb in the mud, which was just brutal. But you still had the strength on day one to pull out a signature sprint finish and get us round in 12:25. So that is about 90 seconds slower than our 3K effort at Box End in start of October. And we're definitely in better shape now. So that mud is probably equivalent to 2 minutes. I think if that was a flat, fast course, I'd want to be close to 10:20, possibly even below that. Then it came to Sunday. Now Saturday, our prayers of no rain had been answered, and it was dry, just a bit muddy. More overnight rain, and actually raining for the race, which just means it's going to be the biggest challenge he's ever had, just psychologically, to get himself up for running in the rain, and it being even muddier. Where there was grass before, there was no grass after 200 people had run and biked on it. So he had to conquer that mental challenge. You can see he still wasn't quite 100% happy in the rain. He had to stop to flat the water off 3 or 4 times, but he tried his little spotty heart out for us. I was so proud of him for running it. So in general on the Sunday, I think with both of us knowing how tough it was going to be, we paced it a little bit better. We were not as quick off a start. Come on. First kilometre was the difference between our Saturday run and our Sunday run. 20 seconds slower on the Sunday run, but then second and third kilometres were either quicker or pretty much even. But we wouldn't have been able to run them even if we hadn't taken a little bit off in that first kilometre, because the ground, oh my goodness, was so tough. But it was still super fun to race in that mud, and race we did. We got a proper race going. In the final kilometre, we got caught by the team behind us, who actually overtook us, but then Dizzy, his little racing pride, took over, and he had to get our place back. The state of us in that mud was, I will look back on that bit of the video for years to come and still giggle. But yeah, he got us our place back, put in a big kick, although that pretty much spent him. That was it. We didn't have a sprint finish, but he left absolutely nothing out on that course, and you can't ask for more. Right, coming up to second rep. We do a little racing start into the wind as well. It's always into the wind every time we come to this section. Ready? Let's go! Good boy, yes! So the Sunday we finished 12:45, 20 seconds slower than Saturday, but conditions were considerably worse. So actually I was really pleased with that. Showed good strength from both of us. To get that second kilometre quicker on day 2 up the hill in the mud was brilliant. And all that took us to an honourable 8th place in the men's category. Some of those men are getting quicker and I'm getting older. Another absolutely brilliant event by Canicross Midlands. They had absolutely everything thrown at them this time. They had to revise their camping plan the day everyone arrived there because, come on Dizzy, no. Because the camping field was just too muddy. Everyone was going to get stuck. Horrendous conditions. But everyone embraced it. The marshals were absolutely incredible. Going to stand out in all that rain and mud to make sure we're all right. Anyone who did that, you're an absolute legend. So yeah, an absolutely incredible event. You can see why they sell out in minutes. We can't wait for the next one at Solihull. We've got good memories there as well. Last rep, here we go. All right, we're going to do one more racing start to finish us off. Into the wind, as ever. Ready, Dizzy? Ready, ready? Let's go, go, go! Good, let's go, go, go! Good! Yeah. So there we have it. That is our first Special Endurance 2 of the season. Dizzy's favourite little session. If you want to see us doing that session in full last season, then check out this video. And if you haven't checked out the race video yet, then go check that out as well. And remember, if you like the videos, then don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share away with running friends and Canicrossing friends. Coming up, we've got a bit more training for you before we hit our next big races. But until then, me and Dizzy, we'll see you on the next one.